When you're looking for a new provider for a website or an online platform, it's important that you understand the distinction between a web design firm and a web development firm. Web design versus web development, it's a bit like interior designers versus architects or engineers. They both have an important role to play, but they're different. Web designers generally able to take an off-the-shelf platform or framework like Shopify or WooCommerce or WordPress, and they're able to create a front end or look and feel for that that's bespoke to you, but it works within that standard framework. You stay on that platform. Web developers are more like engineers or architects. They create and build systems, usually from scratch, that are built around your system, your business, your process. Both have their values. Web dev tends to be a bit more expensive than web design because they're creating more, they're building from scratch, but web design definitely has a place. If you want something standard, if you want something off the shelf, you're happy with an existing platform, absolutely web design is the way to go. You'll save money, you'll get a good product. If you're looking for something bespoke or custom, or you have a particular model that needs something bespoke or custom, then you really need to look for a web design firm. A good web development firm is not just someone who can deliver a good platform, that's important. They need to be able to build it right, but they also need to be able to connect it with the other parts of your business. That means your courier system, your payment processor. That means your accounts or ERP or inventory system. That also means things like your CRM, your loyalty program, your reviews engine. Being able to connect the dots and join up with other providers is really, really critical. If they have experience with that, it's going to end in a better product. DMAC are the preferred partner for many, many IT and software providers. One of the reasons for this is that we understand their APIs, their systems, their platforms. We understand limitations, challenges, etc. More importantly, we understand that the cost of changing software to suit a single customer versus changing a website is far, far greater. It's much more challenging to get an IT or software provider to change their systems for one customer than you to change your website. So wherever possible, the website has to work around the software. That's just the way it is. We understand that, and that's why we're a recommended partner. We rarely meet systems that we can't integrate with, but that's because we have to code our systems to suit those systems. Things to look for when you're picking a web development partner. First thing is experience. A lot of people might think that's experience in your industry or with your type of business, and that's useful, but more important is the experience with your type of system. What kind of platform are you developing? Have they done that kind of thing before, even if it's in other industries? Secondly, the experience and the connections they have with the other players in your business. So your courier company, your payment processor, your ERP, etc. Have they worked and integrated with those before? Do they know the people in those providers, or do they know those providers? If they do, that makes the relationship really seamless, really easy. If they don't, there's a bit of a learning curve there. So just keep that in mind. The other thing is ask them simple questions. What is their day rate, hourly rate? What's the support SLA? What are the more average or common things that other clients have asked for that have cost extra? Asking those kind of questions gives you a real insight to what they're like to deal with after the fact. Keep in mind, you're going to be stuck with this partner, or at least working with this partner, for at least 3 to 5 years if they're a web provider. It can be very expensive if you made mistakes or assumptions. So ask lots of questions about what they're like after the website project is finished. That gives you insights to who you're working with.